There are moments in life when everything seems to collapse at the same time, and no matter how hard you try, nothing appears to move in the direction you want. In these moments, motivation feels like a distant dream, as if it belongs to people who already have perfect lives and perfect circumstances. But the truth is that motivation is not something that appears when life becomes easy. It is something you create and protect even in the darkest storms. The people who keep going during difficult times do not move forward because they feel strong. They move because they choose not to quit. When life gets hard, your mind starts whispering that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, that you're stuck forever. But those thoughts are not reality. They're simply echoes of fear, doubt, and exhaustion. The only way to stay motivated is to keep your focus on small, simple actions that remind you of your purpose. Every difficult season will test you, push you, and try to break you, but it will also reveal the depth of your strength, because motivation grows in silence, in struggle, in the moments when you think you're finished but you decide to try one more time. That simple decision repeatedly becomes the foundation of a future you haven't yet imagined. Sometimes the hardest part of staying motivated isn't the work itself, it's carrying the emotional weight that comes with hardship. Stress, loneliness, financial pressure, and fear can make your goals feel meaningless. But this is the moment when you need to shift your thinking from outcome to process. When life is heavy, you don't need to do everything. You just need to do the next small thing that keeps you moving. Motivation does not come from giant leaps. It comes from consistency, even on the days when nothing feels right. When you wake up and don't feel like trying, remind yourself that you are building discipline, and discipline is far more reliable than motivation. The reason most people stay stuck is because they wait to feel ready, but readiness is an illusion. You must walk forward even when you're scared. Every step you take in pain becomes a symbol of perseverance, and every effort you make during difficult times becomes proof that you deserve the success you're chasing. Life's hardest seasons shape your character, sharpen your focus, and deepen your determination. This is why small steps matter more than big dreams. They anchor you when everything else feels unstable. To stay motivated when life gets extremely hard, you need to know why you started. Your purpose is the fuel that keeps your heart alive through chaos. When you forget your purpose, you lose direction, and when you lose direction, motivation disappears. Sit down and remind yourself of the person you want to become: stronger, wiser, braver, kinder. Remind yourself of the life you want: peace, stability, success, confidence. Think about the moment in the future when everything you worked for becomes real. That vision is not a fantasy. It is a preview of what is possible if you keep going. When you replay your purpose in your mind, you begin to rise above challenges. You begin to see problems as temporary obstacles, not permanent walls. Your purpose becomes your compass, guiding you through confusion, disappointment, and pain. And once your purpose becomes clear, motivation becomes easier to protect because you know what you're fighting for. Every time life hits you, you remind yourself, this is not the end, this is shaping me. Motivation is not about feeling inspired, it's about remembering your mission. Another powerful way to stay motivated during difficulty is to control your environment. Your surroundings shape your emotions more than you realize. If you stay around people who constantly complain, discourage you, or remind you of your failures, your motivation will die before it even wakes up. But if you surround yourself with people who speak hope, who challenge you to grow, who remind you of your strength, your mindset shifts instantly. Even if you don't have supportive people around you physically, you can still choose motivational voices through books, videos, or mentors online. You can change your environment by changing what you consume. Protect your energy and protect your peace, because the wrong environment can destroy your motivation faster than any challenge. Life becomes lighter when you stop absorbing negativity and surround yourself with progress, learning, and inspiration. Your environment is either pushing you forward or pulling you down. Choose wisely, because motivation thrives where growth is welcomed. When life gets extremely hard, your mind becomes your battlefield. Negative thoughts attack you from every direction: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. To stay motivated, you must learn to control your inner voice. Replace "I can't do this" with "I'll try again." Replace "My life is stuck" with "This phase is temporary." Replace "I'm weak" with "I'm learning to be strong." Positive self-talk doesn't magically solve your problems, but it gives you the mental strength to face them. Your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. When your thoughts become stronger, your motivation becomes stable. The moment you change how you speak to yourself, you change the direction of your life. Even the smallest shift in mindset can create massive change over time. 6. During hard times, most people allow their emotions to control their progress, but successful people learn something powerful. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you do the work, even when you don't feel like it, your brain rewards you with momentum, confidence, and clarity. Momentum is the most powerful force in personal growth. Once you start moving, it becomes easier to keep going. That's why you must create simple, small routines that keep you active. Wake up, focus on one improvement, complete one task, and celebrate the smallest wins. When you build momentum, you build motivation automatically. Life becomes easier when you stop waiting for motivation and start generating it. The truth is that pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Pain reveals who you really are. It exposes your fears, your limits, your strength, and your potential. Most people run from pain, but the strongest people learn from it. Every hardship you survived became a lesson. Every struggle you faced made you wiser. Every failure gave you experience. When you begin to see pain as growth, your relationship with hardship changes. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What is this teaching me?" That mindset keeps you motivated even in the worst situations. Growth is uncomfortable, but it is always worth it. Remember, you are not breaking, you are evolving. You are becoming the person your future needs. So when life gets hard and you feel like giving up, remind yourself of this truth. Storms don't last forever, but the strength you build during storms lasts a lifetime. Motivation is not a gift, it is a choice you make daily. Choose to rise, choose to move, choose to grow. Choose to believe that your future is worth fighting for. Every day you wake up and try again, even with fear in your heart, you are becoming unstoppable. One day, you will look back at this painful chapter and realize it was the turning point. It was the moment you discovered your true power. Keep going, not because life is easy, but because you are stronger than the challenges in front of you. And remember this, your story is not over. The best chapters are still ahead.